that in question, we need to see how you perform a lateral to see if you're not contributing imbalance by doing your laterals wrong as well. So go ahead and grab a lighter weight and stand up. No, lateral, so to the side. Okay? Now, I feel the activation here. Keep going. I feel the activation where it's supposed to be, which is good. But he can enhance this with the lateral head more. If you turn your thumb in, relax, turn your thumb in, and he lifts, leading with the pinky over the thumb. So lift here. No, the pinky first. Yeah. Yes, right there. Okay, keep going, keep going. This will enhance because it lifts the elbow. Whenever you turn the wrist here, it lifts the elbow up. So it leads more with the rear, with the lateral head, instead of the front down, which turn your palm up here. Keep going. And one thing you need to realize, the range of motion that you use is going to depend on where you feel it. He shouldn't be forced to come higher. Because if he's forced to come higher, he's going to end up getting in the trap. He wants to limit it to depth. So he don't want to come any higher than his delts require him to come. Because coming any higher will cause him to raise his shoulders, and he's not hitting the muscle he needs to work. So yeah, that's a tip for that. As far as front raises, just for the balance purposes, I wouldn't necessarily use the front raise a lot. Because it's going to take over where he's dominant. And right now, he's feeling pain there because he's so dominant. It's pulling him out of posture alignment. It's affecting the movement. This is a complex joint in here. You got a lot of processes here. So it's affecting how things glide through when he's pressing overhead. So the only presses he can probably do are ones that comfortably are ones that are out more in front of the head at an angle. So we'll show you some of that in a minute. Let's hit the rear delt. Is that high enough? Yes. Let's see you do a rear delt move.
Nope.
No, for the rear.
Behind you.
Yeah. For the rear. Okay. Keep going. Man, I want to see what he thinks. Okay, you get a little activation here, but this is going to depend upon a lot of triceps here. So there's two planes you can do a rear delt move, and I suggest you use both. The first plane is your traditional plane, and it's where you bend over slightly and you come here. I say pinkies to the ears, pinkies to the ears. You see that contraction I'm getting there? My pinky to the ear. The other one is, you're gonna come more back like he likes to, right here. Like you're swimming. There's two planes you can hit. It's gonna hit the rear delt at two different angles. Which one's better? It's kind of dependent on which one you get better activation from. Some people have a harder time getting activation here to the ear. So I tell them, just try here. But you have to relax your back. Some people will overcompensate for this position, unless you're using too much weight by squeezing the back. You're not contracting the back. Whenever you try to turn rear delts, you're trying to stay long. That means you want to create a big arc. You shorten your arc, chances are you're using the back. So you want to open up and reach out. Reach out. Not necessarily with the arm itself, but with the shoulder itself. Reach out with the shoulder itself. All right? He's almost more naturally geared to do it this way. But that doesn't mean I want him to neglect the other movement, because he has an imbalance. So I want him to hit both movements, so he has more exercises to use in his arsenal. This one's called a rear delt swing. Well, basically, use a weight you can't lift all the way up, which is too light, man. But you control the range of motion with swinging. So you don't let him touch, so that's controlling the descent, but you kind of use the rhythm to try to stay in this motion, and it fries you together. So grab some 20s.
Does that take some of your back out of it too?
Yeah, because it's forced you to relax over the pad.
Okay.
And you're not forced. You don't feel like you have to raise it high.
Sure.
So you don't contract the back. Just Relax. Come on, a little bit higher. A little higher. A little bit more. There we go. That's good. Yep. Now just swing them out gradually. Don't let them come back in. It's still too hot. It's too hot. Yeah, right there. Still too hot. Still too hot. Okay. Let's go. And this habit prevents you from locking it in when you're training. You always want to lock it in. So pull your shoulder blades back. Stay tight. Dip down. Good. Come up. You don't have to lock all the way out. Remember, come up and squeeze the tricep. Squeeze, flex the tricep. And try not to lock out the elbow, because once you lock out the elbow, tension leaves the tricep. Now, this is often not the best position for the shoulder. So stop, come back. If you have shoulder problems, you may not want to use this position. You may want to turn your hands out this way. Yes, and do it. Because it's an easier path for the shoulder joint to travel.
How's that feel? Different?
You don't feel it? Okay. Just keep going. See this right here? Stop. All right, come on. Stop right here. Come on. Go back down. Back up. Back down. Slow. Back up. Back down. Back up. Back down. Back up. Back up. Up. Up.
Get it, girl. Come on, baby.
Oh, she's getting tired. She's a drill sergeant, so she could.
Yeah, I see the muscle doing. All right, now stop, sit back. And what you're doing, you're keeping tension on it, because you have a tendency to be efficient, right? You're a soldier. You're supposed to do that. That's what you do in your drills.
Right.
You want to be as efficient as possible. So what you were doing was you come up and you're locking yourself in position and you're resting at every rep. So don't allow yourself to get to that rest position every rep. And take the tension off the tricep. Keep it there. Let it stretch. Let it contract. Just because it's not fully extended doesn't mean it's not contracted. So let it stretch. Let it contract. And remember, this is the easy one for you. And what I really want you to do is the one that's assisted. Same position, you pull your, we're going to do the position.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's do the position.
We're not stuck.
It's not going anywhere. See, you said you can't do this. Let's try it. Move it. Still not moving. See, she can't do this. Let's try this. Okay,
There we go.
All right, I got you. All right, see how you lock in position? Once you break that, I don't ever want you to do that position again unless you're resting, okay? So break the position. All right? Stay tight, yep. Stay tight. Remember, get that stretch, yep. And don't come up all the way. And what you do is you're gonna lighten this as you get stronger. All right? And on your last rep, even though you're about to go to failure, you're just gonna unlock it and hold it. And drop it down slowly. No. You're gonna hold it at every point until you have to drop it down and go into the stretch. That's how you're gonna finish your set on this. All right, come on. This is gonna challenge the muscle isometrically in different positions. It's gonna build your strength faster, your connection with the muscle faster, and fatigue you faster, because this is gonna be your bread and butter. Now, as hard as you can. Let's just undo stress. I just feel it in my elbows a lot. Okay? More than my tricep. The goal of the rope is to create tension. So even though I'm not opening up the rope, it's gonna open based on how I move it down. See, it's opening anyway, right?
Yep.
I'm in this position, I'm kind of locked out, right? I could lock it all the way down, but see my back? Pull back in this tight position. For me to lock it all the way down, I gotta come out of that. Flex my lats down, change the tension of the movement, put it on my chest a little bit, side of the tricep. So for me, and just me being so wide, it's not even important for me to lock it down. If I want to get more tension on this, I crank the wrist. If I want to get more tension than I got, I'm not even locked out all the way. I crank that wrist down, and I can squeeze one of those. I can try to get that in that head. If I want to get that in the outer head, I can squeeze it down and in. Look at that. If I want to hit that long head, I go more out. It's just so you change the tension. That's all it is. That's what the rope is for. You change the tension of where you want it. Now, going straight down, you have to remember, you don't want to go straight down unless you're doing these pump exercises. Well, I don't suggest all the time. I don't suggest it because it's more you pushing your lats, you're pushing down, you're using your chest, using more muscles than your tricep. I don't really engage in practice. But coming out, you create tension. See this? But where I feel that tension? I feel it more in the long head away from my body. Hitting the outer head is the hardest part. Because most people can't connect with it unless you're just genetically developed that way. So you have to really, really focus on what position, where you're gonna crank to feel that outer head. You gotta really, really focus. Because it's just a minute difference where you'll feel it. And that's what the rope allows you to do. This is the tool for the rope. So I'm gonna lighten this. I don't know how light you need it. Right? Lock it in. Bring it down. Lock it in. There we go. Now, let's get it down first. Yes. See that? Just squeeze that muscle. See that? Just play with those handles and what angles you're working it out. Even play with how close you get it to your body. So if you wanna bring it out, you wanna bring it out this way. Bring it out this way. But still lock it in. Yep. Step up a little bit. Yep. See how you bring it out this way? You can hit. Just feel some of that tension underneath. Because it's kind of getting away from your body. Bring it straight down some more. So you use your wrist as a crank. Using this to bring torque to it. You know, you're not just pulling it apart. Using it to create tension. That's how you move that wrist. If you practice it without the weight, you can kind of tell the changes where you're going to feel it in your tricep. Just like when you're posing. So, right.
How do your shoulders feel? No problem.
Because one of the things that affects the shoulders is get out of posture alignment. So when you always forward, placing that extra tension in that shoulder girdle, it doesn't need to be there. So setting that base, locking it down and locking it in is where it's going to benefit you to isolate that tricep. All right. And the key to this movement is the stretch. It's the stretch. This is what the movement is for. So if you never go into the stretch, you ain't getting the benefit of the movement. It's designed for the stretch. I'm gonna like this a little bit. Sorry. Go slow here. Here we go. I'm in the stretch. Come out. I'm squeezing the muscle. I don't have to lock the elbows out. So I'm squeezing the muscle all the way through. But I'm making sure I'm coming back in the stretch. As it hits, I'm letting it do my elbows back. Just to let myself know and remind myself, this is about the stretch. This is not about how far I can get it out from my head. It's about the stretch. I'm trying to elongate. I'm not just trying to come out in front of me. I'm just trying to elongate myself. You should feel the stretch in the triceps. You should feel the stretch even in the lats, because the lats are stabilizing you in this position. Not being forward to the weights off the rack. There we go. Too heavy? Yeah. Okay. Remember that stretch. Back. Stretch even more. Stretch even more. Stretch even more. Come on. Come up more. And lean forward more. All right. See this bend right here? Put your head down. Put your head down. All right. Get it back right here. See that? That's the stretch. Okay? That's where I want you to go back every time. Can you do it? All right, let's go. Back. Come back. Don't worry about coming back too far forward. Not right here. Let that stretch happen. Let it come back. Good. See, I'm gonna light it this a little bit. I'm gonna light it this a little bit. It's limited her range of motion. What you see is her moving her elbows. Keep your elbows up. Right there. Right there. Right there. Get that stretch, man. Get that stretch. Lean forward more. Get that stretch. There we go. More stretch, more stretch, more stretch. And she's fatigued and she's trying to work the hot part because it's easier. But this exercise is designed to stretch this muscle. So if you're not letting it stretch, you're not getting the benefit of the exercise. Abdominal and tricep, you have to lock it in. So if you're not pulling your shoulder blades back and keeping your chest up and out the whole time, you're not maintaining the right position. So before I even sit in this seat, I got my shoulders back and I'm sliding in. I'm locked in. I'm not gonna leave this position. So what I'm doing now is I'm focusing on moving this way, not like this. As soon as I let go of that position, what comes into play? My lats just lock, just push through, and then I'm using my shoulders to go forward, and then I gotta finish the top out with my triceps. With this position, let's put up. Just so I can feel what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. With this position, I automatically feel my stretch in my chest. Hey, it's right there where I want it. Wherever I feel a stretch, that's where I'm gonna get a contraction. Ooh, see that? My elbow's not up here. My elbow's going through the natural pattern because I can't keep it to position if my elbows get up too high. Maybe I can, but most people can't. So keep your elbows in that 45-degree position. Got the stretch feeling? Ooh, I feel that contraction. Ooh, right there. Squeeze right here. I'm fully contracted right here. Right here. I'm fully contracted right here.
Go any further.
For me to go any higher, I just felt that my shoulders just activate and my triceps get a little more tension. But I'm fully activated right there. Before I even get to the top, I'm squeezing my chest as much as I can, right here. If I go any further, I'm gonna start getting into my shoulder. Okay. So this is my position right here. So I work with this range. I'm trying to control the tension within this range right here. And I feel that chest just pump it up right there. So this is what you gotta find. Okay. You got long arms, you gotta find your range, you gotta create your base. Okay. So let's take this off. Let's get some side down. Okay. Now, you're gonna have to lift it off, okay? As soon as you lift it off, just hold it at the bottom until it's stretched. Right here, lower. Feel that tension? Right now. This is the tension you need to feel first. Now squeeze through that tension. Stop before you have to. Stop before you got any extension. All right, go back down. Back up. Right there. Come in and out of that. Boom. Feel it works. No question in my mind is working right here. No question. Keep that head. Keep that chin tuck. Chin tuck. Tuck doesn't mean up or down. It means somebody gonna hit you in the chin.
Yeah.
Get it out the way. Good. Good. All right, that's good. You feel that, right?
Yeah.
You feel that. It's good activation. The only thing that you may be doing is you may be a little bit too tight, but I prefer you to be too tight than too wide.
Too tight.
Yeah, the elbows. But I'd rather be too tight than too wide right now because a lot of people, the position in here, more dangerous for the shoulder. This position is better for the shoulder. And if he's still in the chest activation, he's not fully extended to the tricep. It's not like a close grip. Do a close grip movement, even though that's a close grip coach. I mean, close grip cute. That won't require. It's the extension of the close grip. That and the grip, I put the hands on. His hands are not that close. So when you lean back, I want you to rock your shoulder back. Now, we're going to focus more on this angle here. Let's go with elbows in the best position. All right, let's go. Gonna come in a little bit. Come in a little bit. There we go. But you don't have to finish at the top. There we go. See, the stabilization is involved, so he's not getting as much pec as isolation as he would get on the other. All right. let's arch a little bit more. Okay, arch it back. Yeah, let's lock in it a little bit more. Okay? All right. Lock it in just a little bit more. There we go. Feel that stretch. Maybe I'll push through that stretch. Good. Bring it a little bit higher. This is an incline, remember? So you're gonna bring it from here, low, to here. Yes. Go. Yeah. See, start putting that upper chest a little bit more. Come on. Come on. Don't get your grip. Good. He's feeling it. He's finding it.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. Good. Good. See, for everybody. Depending on how you build, depending on limb length, torso length, is really going to depend on how you develop in a squat naturally. So, some people will have to highly modify their squat to get quad development out of it. Some people get quad development out of it and won't get any glute development out of it. And they have to modify their squat to get glute development. So you have to know which one you are. Typically it has something to do with how you're segmented, what you got to squat. A lot of people say tall people are not built for squats. There's a bunch of tall people that are segmented just perfectly for squats. And they can squat deep. But there's a lot of tall people that are not segmented for squats, just like some short people are not. So just your height has nothing to do with it. All about segmentation. Let me see you sit up. Let me correct you. Good. Let's see. Let's see what we're working with. We gotta see what we're working with first before we can make a correction. Wrap it out. Let's see some reps. I'll tell you now, there's very little wrong with her squat. Very little wrong. You see her ankle mobility being affected at the bottom of the squat because her heels solidly go up. That's one of the limiting factors to how deep people go in squats. It has nothing to do with, you can rack it. It has nothing to do with some people's desire to go deep in a squat that limits them. It's the ankle mobility that limits them. Everybody doesn't have the best ankle mobility and the segmentation to go deep in a squat comfortably. When she gets to the bottom, you see her ankle mobility where it lacks, it comes up. Thing is, she doesn't keep the tension in her squat for quads. You're using the squat for overall leg development, overall tension. She's completing the squat with a full hip extension, which is fine. That's why you train to do the squat. But if you really want to get in the squat for quads, you got to do a Ronnie Coleman style. People say, what's that? A Ronnie Coleman style. You got to excuse me for my mobility right now. I need a longer bar. Ronnie Coleman style, you got to dig your feet in the first ball, because you want to be able to activate outside like this. You want to be able to control your hip movement. So when you feel it to the ground, you feel your feet spread. When your heels, you have bottom. If your heels are coming up, you may want to elevate them on a plate, a wedge, whatever it may be. This will keep you more upright. So if you can't stay upright in your squat because you got a real long torso, and you lean forward a lot, you may need to elevate your heels if you want to hit your quads. But even if you want to hit your quads more, you may want to elevate your heels. Okay? But if you really want to fatigue the quads, then you have to use your range of motion to fatigue the quads, which is here. And basically, how do you know your range? How do you know your range? Well, when you come up to the top, you contract your quad hard, right? You contract the quad hard to a certain point to where it's almost like you hit a wall. It's almost like you get stuck. And then that's when you drop back down. So let's see if we can find that range. Okay? It's really depending on how you sit back. You can use a wide stance, it's not required. But I'm locked in right now with my glutes, right? as soon as I unlock my glutes, I want to be able to feel the tension activate my glutes through the floor. So I'm locked in through the floor. I'm sitting back. I feel my glutes stretch as soon as I unlock. Now my pattern is not in my knees like it will be in a quad dominant squat. I'm feeling it through my glutes, so I'm like, ooh. I'm trying to rip my pants. And I'm trying to come up through my glutes. You see that? I'm trying to come up through my glutes. You know, I can stop right here. That'll be enough. But it depends on how low you can control the contraction. If you can't feel it in your glutes, when you drop out to the bottom, you can't create that tension, you may not need to go on the bottom. But you see if my glutes are contracted? Now you get a lot of girls on Instagram, they'll do a squat and they look like they're for their glutes. But it's because they're shortening their butt out. So all they're doing is sticking their butt back real far and look like they're working their glutes. But if you don't see the glutes contracting, then it's just for show. They just, you know what I mean? They just try to scratch their ass out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, if you want to connect with your glutes, you gotta, you want to try?
So all you're doing is squatting but contracting your muscles at the same time. That's all you're doing.
That's a part of it, yes.
Okay.
But it also changes the way I have to do it. It changes the way I have to do it. Because if I have tension in my quads, it's going to change the way my pattern. If I have tension in my glutes, it just changes my pattern. So, open your legs up right a little bit. Lock your heels in to where, let's see, you can create inward tension with your heels, like you're going to turn your feet out like this. And feel your glutes lock up. So go ahead and lock them in. Lock them in at the top. Yeah, with that outward motion and that tension. Now, you got it locked in. Now, keep it locked to the floor and lower yourself down and allow it to stretch, keep tension. So you're sitting it down in there. You're trying to find that spot. You don't want to lose tension. Keep the leg open up, keep it open up. And you still feel that stretch, still add that boost. Come up through, squeeze the glutes through. The hips should come forward as you come through. Yeah, they should come forward. Your hips should come forward to make your knees come forward. I'm here. My knees are coming forward because my glutes is what's lifting me up. Because my tension is shifting me forward. Because I'm traveling to my glutes. So I'll find it in the first rep. Because I find it. So, now lean forward a little bit slightly like this. Find it. And then work it. Step back, step back. I'll go ahead and open it up. Alright. Sweep forward a little bit. Alright. There we go. Boom. She has great shoulder.
Yeah, she does.
Boom. You see this? Turn into the tricep. Keep the elbow in the same block position. Just move the elbows back. It's a little heavy for it.
Yeah.
Let me try one out. Let's try one. Strong on one arm too. So you gonna post? Huh?
Does the height matter?
Yeah, you shouldn't want it to be too high. So you gonna lock that?
You mean the height of this?
Yeah, the side of that.
Does this need to be down lower?
No, that's right. Because I'm not coming at a straight angle, coming from behind. I'm kind of looking around. So come on. All right, right there. Sweep it, yeah. Sweep it out. See that? See that working?
So I got Brandon Curry to come out today to teach our soldiers how to kind of take care of themselves. Take this guy.
Yeah, it's been a great event, man. I'm so happy to be here.
You have a good time today?
Oh, it's been an awesome time sharing, an awesome time learning. I just appreciate the opportunity to come out here and be out here. You know, I come way out here and I kind of understand being away from the family. and you're doing what you need to do so you can get back home safely. And so I know what this lifestyle can be about, and our family here. So it's good to come out here and connect. And just know that we represent the U.S. out
You're
here.
with your family right here?
Yes, yeah.
Your family.
It's great. It's great to connect, man, and realize that see my fellow soldiers out here. I mean, fellow Americans out here, just holding things down, keeping the world safe.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, thank you.